Food markets only.
Meet Susie Smart, she is so bright. On her blackboard you can write. She has a desk, she has a seat. What's your name, my darling sweet?
My name is Susie Smart.
She can talk!
She can talk, but can she add?
2 plus 2 is 4. Cat, C-A-T.
You can spell!
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how
You recite!
Press the button, she says a dozen things, complete with desk, blackboard, and seat. Susie Smart, sold at food markets only.
What's this stuff? Some cereal. It's supposed to be good for you. Did you try it? I'm not gonna try it. You try it. I'm not gonna try it. Let's get Mikey. Yeah. He won't eat it. He hates everything. He likes it. Hey, Mikey.
Hey, Mikey. It's Susie Q96. Let's see what's going on. I'm taking a break. I'm working on things in my apartment. And oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh, Archaeology Mikey's mom just sent me a picture of Mikey when he was little in his Cub Scout uniform. Oh my goodness, what a cutie. Oh, I miss that boy. Anyway, I needed to take a break because my feet hurt. So I'm going to do some more pennies this morning. I have been working on... Hey, Flea, what's happening? I've been working on my updated pennies error list. I got a few new ones that I looked up so I would have better descriptions of them. I've done 59, 61, 62, and 69 so far. So I'm going to have to go in a little bit and update my thing and reprint them. And I cleaned up a little bit on my desk. And so anyway, I just grabbed 3 rolls and I'm going to do those while I take a break. Just for something different to do. Oh, let me get this Rascule opened. Gathering things up for the M15 yard sale thing. It's coming faster than I want it to. So I'll get my glasses here. And I just dumped the first roll out. I'm doing these a little different because so far I haven't found a single Wheatie in any of them. But I've been finding a bunch of Canadians. So far I have, out of 7 rolls, I think that's right. Let me see how many. I could be wrong on that. I've been keeping the empty rolls because I'm going to roll things back up. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9 rolls. I have found no Wheaties, 1 S, a 1970 S, 2 Lincoln Life series, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Canadians. So really, I think these have been picked through, and I am just getting whoever it was did not keep the Canadians, but I don't see any wheat in here in this roll. But let's see what Tony's up. I thought I saw a Canadian in here, but I don't see it now. You don't know, Kimoshalabi? Where it be? Oh, here we go. Yep, we got a Canadian. We might as well start with that. Nope, that's not the Canadian. Well, where is it? I know it's here. I saw it. I hope I didn't accidentally throw it in the tub. Oh no. I did. I got it though. I got it. Yay, there it is. There she is. There's little Queenie. Oh, little Queenie. 1976. All right, we'll add that to the collection. Start looking at the rest of these. Found some interesting errors in my research this morning that you guys probably knew about, but I'm not an expert. I just pretend to be one on YouTube. Or the DDODO. Good morning, whoever else just came in. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get any wheat thins out of this bunch of pennies I got at the bank. But I'm sure building a dandy collection of Canadian pennies. I've got 8 of them already. Too funny. I knew it was going to happen. I would like to be a metal detector, but that's not going to happen. And it's actually pretty cold. I'll get out there one day. I'm trying to figure out how to go look for a car. I've been looking on Carfax, I've been looking on Auto Trader, and I've seen a couple that I could afford that I'd like to go look at them, but I don't have any way to do that right now, so I don't have a lot of money either. But I'm going to try this upcoming week because it is very expensive for me to rent cars. And I don't need like one to drive across the country or anything, but it would be nice to have one that I can drive to like Bay City and back or Ann Arbor and back. Stuff like that. Preferably a hatchback so that it's easy for me to put my rollator walker in without hurting myself. I'm going to go downstairs in a little bit and hit the exercise room. I'm going to start doing that. Riding the little stationary bike a little bit every day. See if I can build me up some strength. Yeah, I saw some really strange pennies. And I looked up that deal with the floating roof on the 69D, and what I found was pretty much the same thing I said, which was that I thought it was like just a light dye stamp. Well, actually what it was, the dye got over polished, and that eliminated the shallow areas. And it's very common. It really doesn't have any value. It's just an anomaly. But I found out that there are also a couple of other errors to look for on the 69. One of them is that there were some that got accidentally stamped on a silver dime planchet. Those have value. And on the 69D, there are also some that do not have the FG on the back. And these had a little value. Hey, Lyle, how are you? I'm just playing with my pennies. So I did learn a little something while updating my list. This I still have to look up. There's supposed to be some stuff on those, but I have not dialed my list in yet. I have only rechecked on up to 69D and 69S. Oh yeah, and this 70S that I found yesterday, I need to check for a small date with a high 7. They're just varieties, they're not errors. A small date with high 7 or large date with low 7, which that is not a high 7. So that's the small date. No, that's the large date with the low 7. And if it were a proof, I'd be checking it for DDO, but I don't think that's a proof. That's a pretty funky looking penny. But look here. I thought this was interesting. Look over here at Liberty. Look how far this L is from the IB. That's kind of some, the I and the B look a little crunched together on it. So I'll have to check that out later. But yeah, I think somebody has been through these rolls. I'm not going to mention any names, but he lived down the road from me because I'm not finding any Wheaties at all. Okay, 62, 64. Can't see 64D. But yeah, I'm just going to do 3 rolls just to take a break rather than sitting on the sofa watching Dragnet reruns. Because I do have to rest periodically. Ooh, I got heartburn too. That's not helping matters. If I ever do find a Wheatie in here, I'll probably flip out. Okay, here's a 69D with the floating roof thing. Kind of solved that issue, but this one I do not see any floating roof on. But what else I don't see that I just found on a list is there's no FG. The FG, hey Benji too. The FG would be right there in this vicinity. This one does not have one. So that was one of the new things that I added to my cheat sheet. So I'm going to set that one aside right now. Yeah, I got to type all that stuff in later, which is going to make my cheat sheet longer. But that's okay. Gives me a better chance of finding things. Let me check his ears. I don't see any doubling on the ears or the chin. Yeah, I'm going to go back and look all these up at some point. I keep updating my cheat sheet from different sources. But yeah, back to the other topic. I got to find a car. Because I know I'm not going to make any money on the M15 sale because by the time I pay to rent the car. But that's not really, the purpose is more to get rid of things than, yeah, see, here's where the FG should be, is right there. You can see on that one. So there's a 68D. Like I said, I have updated my list a little bit more up through 69. I haven't typed it in yet. I've just got sticky notes. It's got sticky notes all over it because I did it in Excel. So I'll be going back in and updating that after I do this and before I end my break. I can't believe all these Canadians. There's a bunch of them. Oops. Oopsie. Yeah, just a way to take a break. $59D. All right, I did find some updates on the 59D. Mostly looking for the red ones on that. And then there's a really rare one. So I got to make sure I'm flipping these over. Because on the 59D, there were a few. 59 was the pivotal year where they switched from the wheat penny to the memorial penny. And there are a few escapees who got punched out on wheat penny backs. And they worth something. So I got to remember to keep flipping those 59s over to make certain I'm not throwing away a big pile of money. Check the ears, dears. Ear looks okay, chin looks okay. That's too bad. There's a 64. I don't have anything exciting there. And that's the last one in that book. So we got a Canadian out of it. This is penny sitting here to the side. Oh, I gotta research. All right, next roll. Whee! I'm just dumping them out on a mouse pad, picking out the goods. I'm cherry picking. I'm not. Oh, come on. Oh my goodness. Flip, flip, flip. It's really strange when you find rolls that have absolutely no shield pennies in them. You know somebody's been through these things. But why would they keep shield pennies? Unless they're opening a zinc factory. Ooh, this one's got a hole in it. Maybe not. It just looked like it had a hole in it. Just looked like it. That is odd. Not a single shield. But Nanook of the North has been in this roll. Yet another Canadian. Hi, Lola. How are you? There's a little queen bee. And 1969. Yeah, so far I haven't found a single wheat penny. Now 1S, 2 Lincoln Lives, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Canadians. Oh my goodness. I don't see anything else in there. I'm gonna go through them one by one here, but I'm gonna open this one more roll real quick. I am so glad to hear that, Paula. I've had kind of a rough week. Getting a little better now, but my IgG4 tumor thing's been giving me some bad headaches, so I'm gonna have to get I got a call Ann Arbor Monday. They were waiting for records to come from Virginia. Well, I've got the primary ones that they need, which are the ones from the guy that did my brain biopsy and was the one that discovered I had IgG4. And from my primary care. So I'm going to call them back Monday, because if I got my copies, they should have gotten theirs. Okay, there wasn't even a Canadian in this batch. All right, well, let's see what is in this batch. There's my brother. Hi, brother. All right, I won't call you. Well, I might call you something. Everybody say hi to my brother, Dan. He pops in once in a while when he sees I'm on here. He's a good brother. I'm going to keep him. There's 83. Nothing exciting there. I love my brother. He's a good boy. Like I said, I'm going to keep him. Heck, I have this long. He's older than me. I have to keep him. Yeah, go right ahead, brother. I'll put you on live. You just do that. or I just won't answer. I'm a stinker that way. Yeah, I have a hard time doing that though because I have to wear my regular glasses, Paula, and I don't have any prescription ones. My insurance won't pay for the prescription ones unless I get a doctor to recommend them, and even then they try to charge me like $600, and so yeah, that's a problem. Because yeah, I used to have uh do you have a choice? Not really, bro. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna talk to him about the sunglasses again, but as it stands right now, um, they don't want to pay for that. But maybe Michigan will be different. So that is a good suggestion, Paula, and I will look into that. All right, brother, I love you. Thank you for popping in. Give me Helsinki. Oh, he does that every day. I talk to my brother every day. Got to keep those lines of communication open. No white AM there. All right, brother, I love you. Be good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean all these pennies I have set aside up. A lot of them are just 82s. I think I'm gonna quit doing that 82 thing. I accumulate them and then it takes me forever to go through them and I never find anything. So kind of pointless. They just make a big mess on the desk. 92. Close AM. Let's see what we got. Nope, nothing there. Nothing, honey. Nothing there. Da, 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 da. 63. Okay. They have these sunglasses called. I have tried to find things that fit over this particular glasses frame, and the way these glasses are made, they're like a very 50s retro style, and so far I haven't been able to find any that fit over them, but I will write the name of that down and see if they have any. These kind of remind me of glasses my mom had when I was a little kid. They're kind of those cat's eye shaped, but they have this filigree wire thing across the top of them that are decorative. And I haven't been able to find any that will fit over them and stay because of the way the glasses are made. But I just wrote myself a note to look for those. Thank you, Paula. You always have good suggestions. 95. Yeah, these are weird penny rolls. Absolutely. 2 rolls here that didn't have any shield pennies in them. None. Also didn't have any wheat or Canadians. Pretty much nothing. Pretty much nothing. I can't see. I don't know. 63 days. Nothing there. Nothing down. Nothing there. Hungry. Yeah, some of you guys missed it. I was up at 1 o'clock in the morning going through pennies because I could not go to sleep. Boy, that's a pretty weak tea there. Almost looked like rust instead of trust. Anyway, I gotta find a car. I gotta find a car. I'm starting to feel like a prisoner. I'm used to having a car, even if I can just get in it and run to the store. And they have transit, but most of it I have to make advance reservations for, so I can't just hop on and go anywhere. And it doesn't go to my best friend's house. I can get to the town, but not close enough to the farm. So that's not good. I've been selling a few things. Like I said, I'm not gonna make any money on that M15 sale. I would have to make over $200 just to break even. But the purpose of it is to get rid of some things and have a car for that weekend. So, which ultimately will help me cut down on my storage costs. So there is a method to the madness, but I just hate spending that much money. And I was gonna do it with a U-Haul rental van, but my apartment complex will not allow me to park one of those in their parking lot. So if I try to do that overnight, they will have it towed away. So I can't do that, which I think really stinks. That's just being a little anal. 12 a.m. Not there. So instead of being able to rent a van that I'm only going to put a few miles on, I have to rent an SUV from Enterprise, which is going to cost me a fortune. Not happy. They have some weird rules at these apartments. I don't see what the big deal is with allowing someone to have, I mean, I understand if I had rented like a 20-foot truck or something and was taking more than one parking space, that kind of thing. But just for a van, I think they're being too restrictive. But I gotta live with it. So, but yeah, I gotta find a car. It's hard to go look for a car when you don't have a car to get to the car lot and look for a car. I was teasing my friend down in Florida. He's a mechanic. And I told him, I said, you don't understand. I said, I don't have any way to get to where the cars are. I said, in your case, the cars come to you. I used to buy cars from him, actually. A couple pretty good cars from him. He would end up with them on mechanic liens, where people would bring them in to have them repaired, and he'd give them the estimate, and they'd say, yeah, go ahead and fix it. And then when it was time to pick it up, they'd say, I don't have the money. And he would give them quite a while to come pay for them. But eventually he had to recuperate his investment in the parts and stuff. So then he would sell them. I bought, like I said, I got a couple cars from him pretty cheap. He would just charge me whatever he had in them. But yeah, it's hard to look for a car when you can't get down to take them for a test drive or look underneath them, see if there's a big puddle of oil. But I'm going to concentrate on it in the next couple of weeks. I have 2 doctor's appointments in this upcoming week. One on Monday and one on a Friday. So I'm starting to finally establish medical care. Monday we'll delve into the wild world of psoriasis and psoriatic arthritis and osteoarthritis. And yeah, this is the 3rd government subsidized senior housing that I have lived in before, and the others did not have such a rule. That's the rule by this property management company. They have some really weird ones. Like, some of them are really ambiguous too. One of them, we have balconies and patios here. I have a balcony because I'm up in the sky, which I don't like. But they will not allow me to put any kind of barrier or screen across where the balcony railings are. And I am terrified that M3 will push the screen out and go running out there, and he's not, he doesn't know that he can fall off the edge and be dead. So that's one of the stupid rules. I mean, I understand they don't want people hanging ugly stuff over the rails, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just putting something clear across there so that he can't run out and go through the things. And then they have one that says you can only have 5 small flower pots. Define small. Are they saying like, 1-inch pot, 2-inch pot, 6-inch pot, 12-inch pot? What constitutes small? But I grow food because I'm on a special diet, and I don't want, there's certain things that I grow my own. I grow my own potatoes in containers. I grow tomatoes, peppers, onions, and what, they think I can grow them in a 1-inch pot? No, that's not going to work. So I was pretty upset about that. So I went down and asked her what they consider to be a small pot, and they can't give me an answer. They even tried to give me a hard time about parking rental cars. They said, well, you have to give us the make and model ahead of time so we can put it in the computer. I said, there's no way to do that. You don't know the make and model until you get there to rent it. So we did finally come to an agreement on that, and I put a note in the windshield with the corner of the rental agreement sticking out, and it just has a thing on there that says this is rental. If you have a problem, contact Department 501, blah, 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 502, 507, I just put something on there for them. But yeah, there's no way I can give them the info in advance because I don't have the info in advance. And I usually only rent the cars on the weekend, so the office is not open. But yeah, some of the rules, we're not allowed to have curtains. We're only allowed to have these horrible blinds. They won't allow me to do that, Paula. The screen door protectors, they won't allow them. They don't even allow us to have curtains. We're only allowed to have vertical blinds. Now, I have gotten around that one. I don't have the curtains up yet, but the vertical blinds that they provided are made out of a very thin metal, and every time I bump into them, I cut myself because I have such thin skin. But yeah, some of the rules are really stupid. What difference does it make if I have white curtains on the inside of white blinds? I just don't understand. And it's like I went down there and asked them about this place where I wanted to put a cabinet. And I asked them how far away from the air conditioning unit, was I far enough away for them to service the air conditioning and heating things? And she said I was, so we left the cabinet there, and it's a pretty good sized cabinet. And I put all the things in it, and then the guy came to service it and said, oh, you have to move that because I can't get the panel off the front of the unit. So that's what I've been working on today, is emptying that cabinet so I can move it. After I asked them and they said, no, that was okay place to put it. Because Fleabag and Sir Benji were going to move it for me, and then they told me I didn't have to move it, so I didn't. And now they're telling me I have to move it. Really. Ugh. So annoying. I don't like being treated like a little child. One day they got on me because I wore my slippers down to check the mail. No, you have to wear hard sole shoe. Honey, I can't wear hard sole shoes most of the time. My feet are so swollen. It's just, and see, when they sent me the lease, they did not send me, now bear in mind I was in Virginia, they did not send me the general rules of, like what I could have on the balcony and that kind of stuff. They didn't send that. They just sent the lease. So I had already signed it and moved in before I knew about those things. I'm not planning on moving again either, so I'm just going to have to deal with it. I'm just going to have to deal with it. Yeah, some of them are really invasive rules I don't think are necessary. I think they could have accomplished the same thing. Now, I understand some of the rules as it pertains to the balcony. They don't want you putting indoor furniture out there, like ratty couches and that kind of stuff. And they don't want you putting political signs and that kind of stuff. I get that. They want it to look nice. But I don't see what difference it makes how many flower pots you have, as long as the plants aren't growing across onto somebody else's balcony, or I consider putting the thing up to protect M3 as a safety issue, because he is a designated emotional support animal, and even if he weren't, if you're going to allow pets, you should also allow for the safety of those pets. A lot of these people have little dogs and that kind of stuff. So I know what size pots I'm going to get, and because I had them before in Georgia, and I'm going to get the same ones. And if they want to argue, and they're nice looking pots, they're not ugly. It's not like I'm planting them in Home Depot paint buckets or something. And I'm going to go ahead and plant my food, and I plant flowers around them, particularly marigolds. Well, that's the end of that roll. Nothing in there. 2 rolls, nothing. But I plant marigolds around them because bugs don't like marigolds. And so, I make an attractive thing, but I am going to have to put stakes or cages in the tomatoes, that kind of stuff. And if they want to really fight me on it, I will figure out a method through the Americans with Disability Act to get around them, because it will save me a ton of money to be able to grow the things I need rather than purchase them from a grocery store where I have no actual way. That's actually what I did in Virginia, Paula, but the way this bathroom is set up, I don't know that I'd be able to do it. I actually have a small portable greenhouse. Now that's an outdoor thing. It's small enough to put in the corner of the balcony, and I'm gonna see if they throw a connection about that. But yeah. And the other problem with doing that is M3 messes with the plants. So he'd be in there knocking them over and eating them, and he's not very well mannered when it comes to that. Okay, I'm going to do one more roll here. And then I'm going to go get some lunch and work on sorting out some more stuff for the sale. I got to finish emptying that cabinet. I got to get that done by Monday. So he can come and service the AC stuff. And there's one shield in this roll. There's another one. Still have not found a single Wheatie. I don't think I'm going to. I think these have been pickied. Pickied. Yeah, there is one thing that I have to my advantage. A lot of the people in here don't know how to do things through the ADA, and management knows I know how to get reasonable accommodation granted through the ADA, and they can't fight me on it. So, I mean, they can try, but usually they don't want to fight the federal government. So, we'll see. But I'm just going to go ahead and do my plants the way I normally would. You know, I always had, when I lived up here before, my yard was like, people liked my gardens so much that they would come down our road just to look at my house. So I'm not anticipating that it's going to be unsightly in any way. I just don't do that. If I'm going to have a garden, it's going to be a nice looking garden. It's not going to be trashy. So we'll see. But it's about time to start getting things going as far as my starter plants. I gotta get me some, I gotta get over to my storage. I have some potting soil and small pots over there that I can start things in that go in my little greenhouse. I'm gonna have to go out and see how I can anchor the greenhouse, because things do have a tendency to blow around out there. I have a little bench out there that holds flower pots and that kind of stuff. I gotta get a couple bricks in it though. The wind was blowing it around pretty good the other night. I mean, it won't blow off, but yeah, it's that kind of stuff I need to get a car for. Can't really carry that stuff on the bus. This is going to be my last roll right here. I don't see anything exciting. Not from the reverses anyway. And I gotta finish emptying that cabinet. I don't know how I'll move it. I think I'm just gonna tell the dude, hey, I emptied it, but I can't move that by myself. So you want it moved, you're gonna have to come help me get it on the dolly and move it. I can't do it. I still got a bunch of pictures to hang. I was supposed to have a guy come yesterday and help me do that, but I woke up with a screaming headache, and I was just sitting here going, there's no way I can sit here and listen to somebody hitting the wall with a hammer for a couple of hours. It killed me. You're killing me here. 67. Don't see anything there. Whee! 92. Okay, let's look for some close AM action. Didn't get it. Did. Another 82. 83, something. It's taken me a while. I've been here since February 6th. And I still got boxes sitting all over my living room. I mean, it's better. My bathroom is pretty much done. All right, Paula. Have a great day. You come harass me anytime you want, girl. Anytime. Door's always open. And we'll go at the end of this anyway. Before I aggravate my eye, I try not to stay on the computer too long. Been on not quite an hour. Not quite an hour. I got about 15 more pennies to go. $84 deep. $69D. This is the floating roof and the no FGs. This one's got its FG. And its roof is semi-attached. Like I said, I don't have one. I looked that one up this morning, and really, I think it has no real value, that floating roof. But if you look over on eBay, people are trying to sell them for a couple grand. I'm like, nah, that ain't happening. I'm going to try an experiment with one. I'm going to find one with a floating roof and a no FG and put it up there for like 20 bucks. I bet I could sell them all day long at 20 bucks because it's not really a thing. And I would put that in the description. You know, this isn't really a thing. I'm just trying to show you people what not to get suckered in by. And see if anybody wants to buy it just for me telling them the truth. Okay, 59D. No, 61D. That's what I want now. 61D. Now, if that was red, it'd be worth something. There's a lot of 61 stuff. And that was the last one. So are done for now. So flip the lid shut on the little blue trash can. And I'm gonna go. I'll see y'all later on with some more exciting adventures. I might open a roll of nickels. Open some other things besides pennies. Alrighty, folks. We'll see you later. Thank you for popping in. Hit the like and make sure you're subscribed, and go over and find one of my playlists and give me some watch hours. That's all I need to monetize is watch hours. Lots and lots of watch hours. Bye, everybody.